Здравствуйте! We continue with our PowerPoint that deals with questions, who is this, what is this? And in the first video we looked at the question, who is this? And we've come to three different conclusions. One is that in Russian there are no words like am, is, are, and there are no articles, words like a, an, the. And then in Russian we use the word кто, which in English would be who, with both people and animals. So now let's ask the question about things that do not have a heart, about inanimate objects. So in English we say, what is this? In Russian we say, что это? And here is a sample answer. So the same conclusions as before. In English we have is in both questions and affirmative statements. In Russian we don't have is anyway, it does not exist. Then we already know that we ask кто with anything that has a heart, people, animals, and we will be asking что to ask about things. And we don't have articles, so in English we have no in Russian. So in Russian it technically just says this house. There is no is, there is no a. And I want to focus on the pronunciation of this word. So even though we see che, and che in English would be similar to ch, this word is never pronounced что. It's always pronounced что. So something for you to memorize right away. So in English, this first sound would be equivalent to sh. Что? Что это? Что это? Это дом. Дом is a house. All right, so those were questions with question words. Who, what. Now we're going to ask a yes-no question. And if you look again at the English and Russian versions, so hopefully you're noticing that in English, there is an inverted word order. So we went from this is a house, that's the order, this is, to moving is to the first position. Is this a house? So in addition to intonation changing, we also change word order. This is becomes is this. In Russian, nothing like that happens. We use the same word order we would use in a regular affirmative statement, это дом. The only difference is a question mark at the end when we write, and intonation in this question when we speak. So it's really important that you show with the intonation that this is a question. So a statement would sound like this, это дом, and a question will sound like this, это дом. So you need to use a rising intonation on the word dom to show that that's a question. Это дом. So the same rules here. And I added one more bullet point here. To ask a question in Russian, a yes-no question, you do not need to change the word order. All right, let's answer the question. Yes, this is a house. So hopefully you're noticing that yes in Russian is да, and then the rest you already know. In Russian there is no is, there is no a, so only two words after the comma. So I've added yes, да, да. And what if the answer is no? No, this is not a house. So no will be нет. And just like in English, we have two different negative words. We have no, and then we have not. The same thing in Russian. We have two different words. We have нет and we have не. Kind of reversed. In English, we have no, two letters, not three. And in Russian, it's the opposite. Нет, three letters, не, two. So maybe that helps. All right, let's say это почта и кафе. So почта is a post office, cafe is a cafe. So what I wanted you to notice here, that это is used when in English you're thinking this is for singular phrases, it is, and also these are. And you can even use это to refer to that is or those are. So это does not have a number, used with singular and plural words. And again, there is no is or are in Russian, so just this word is enough. This is it. До свидания.